Fresh off a hot start to 2026, the previous week in London, this past Sunday, Revolution Pro Wrestling was once again live in Sheffield. The undisputed British Tag Team Championships were due to be defended among many other highly anticipated matches, and it was a show that delivered from start to finish. The night started out with Leighton Buzzard going one-on-one once again with Will Caven after Caven cheated to defeat El Capitan 2 weeks previously in Southampton. Caven had then been instrumental in causing Buzzard to lose to Harrison Bennett in London as well, contributing to a now 5-match losing streak for Buzzard going into Sheffield. And unfortunately, Caven's underhanded tactics would ensure that losing streak was extended yet again. Another poke to the eyes, and Will Caven able to secure another victory over Leighton Buzzard. Caven wasn't done either, because right after his win, he grabbed the microphone and threw down the gauntlet to the undisputed British Cruiserweight Champion.
I want my belt back to London, you and me, next week in Coventry.
We're going to see that championship on the line, live in Coventry. Will Caven going for Lando, and Leighton Buzzard catches him with a cutter.
Yeah, Caven, I think, was about to jump Lando, and that's the second time in the past month or so that we've seen Leighton Buzzard helping out Joe Lando. Meanwhile, in London, one Sky Smittson had been the source of some controversy, jumping Amira. But meanwhile, Smittson had to focus her attention on a one-on-one match against one of RevPro's finest in Rio. Ultimately, though, the package pile driver from Rio, enough to get her another victory, get her 2026 off to a winning start as she looks to refocus her efforts in the direction of the undisputed British Women's Championship. Things were about to go from bad to worse, though, for Smittson as she exited the building. She was on the stage when Amira appeared, speared her from out of nowhere, a measure of retribution for Amira after what happened in London. Next, for the third consecutive week, the futurist Leon Cage was in singles competition, this time against the leader of the new Sons of Southampton, David Francisco. Francisco perhaps inevitably brought his stooge Kelly Six to the ring with him. Despite that, Cage was able to gain an advantage, at one point hitting Francisco with a moonsault off of the stage. Francisco barely escaping the count out at that point. Kelly Six, who at that point had been ejected from ringside, re-emerged, distracting the referee on one side of the ring, while on the other side, the other member of the new Sons of Southampton, Josh James, emerged to pounce Leon Cage into the ringside seats. Cage went on to lose the match via countout, and the new Sons of Southampton were not finished, looking to make an example of Cage, just as they did of Cage's friends Tommy Vril and Shane Hook.
And I'll remind people who want to be defiant of what happens when they try to stand up to the centerpiece. Just ask Shane Hook and Tommy Vril.
Oh, come on!
I wanted to thank you to someone who made me realize that I have to be there for me and the ones who care, and I need to stop trying to help the ones that don't want to help. I hope you see this and get the message. JJ Gale!
What? Before the new Sons of Southampton could finish the job, JJ Gale returned, charging to the ring and clearing it of the new Sons of Southampton. Francisco and co may have said that in 2026 they are going to take everything they want here in RevPro. Well, JJ Gale has just made that significantly more difficult. Next up, tag team action, but a match featuring two singles champions. The undisputed British heavyweight champion, Jay Joshua, teaming with Connor Mills to take on the CPF pairing of Maverick Mayhew and the undisputed British cruiserweight champion, Joe Lando. CPF, of course, back on the same page following events in London the previous week, and Danny Black was in the corner of Lando and Mayhew. Meanwhile, Connor Mills saw his first official in-ring action of the year after his controversial intervention in London's main event, costing Michael Oku the chance to become undisputed British heavyweight champion. Well, despite the best efforts of CPF, Mills and Joshua were in imperious form in Sheffield. Mills ultimately securing the tap-out win with the ankle lock, but his eternal nemesis, Michael Oku, was in the building, attacked Mills after the contest had finished. Things got out of hand quickly. Jay Joshua got involved, and in amongst the chaos, Oku inadvertently striking Danny Black of CPF with a super kick. Maverick Mayhew then took exception to that. A tussle ensued between Oku and Mayhew, tensions boiling over and collateral damage suffered in amongst this everlasting rivalry between Michael Oku and Connor Mills. Then a fascinating clash of styles between two of British wrestling's finest. Coach Liam Slater, the head coach, of course, of the Slater Dojo, against the leader of the Trent 7 army, Trent 7 himself. Interestingly, although Slater was accompanied by two of the dojo's prospects, Harry Milligan and HMD, he sent Milligan immediately back to the locker room area for reasons that remain unexplained. HMD, though, remained at ringside, and it was his intervention causing a distraction in the closing moments of the match that proved to be decisive. Seven had been trying for the Birmingham Hammer, but instead Slater was able to take him down, lock in the new submission hold that he's been working on, and secured a rare tap out from Trent 7. As it would turn out, Slater's night was not over, but it started here with a very impressive victory. Tensions had reached a head in London between Kanji and Alexis Falcon. That confrontation in London descended into a brawl, and the singles match between Kanji and Falcon in Sheffield started as a brawl. And Falcon, even in the midst of facing the fury of Kanji, just kept on goading her, apparently trying to bring out a side of Kanji that we have not seen before. And in that regard, Alexis Falcon, you have to say, was successful, because at the end of the match, Kanji completely snapped, inadvertently striking the referee who was trying to separate the two women. That caused Kanji to be disqualified, and so Alexis Falcon, for the second week in a row, picking up a victory, albeit this time by disqualification in dubious circumstances. The fact remains, though, Falcon was able to take Kanji to a place that we have never seen her go before. And so, to our main event. 7 days after Lycos Gym defeated the Young Guns in non-title competition, the undisputed British Tag Team Championships were up for grabs in the rematch. And in the opening minutes of this rematch, Lycos Gym picked up where they'd left off, very much on the same page, despite some of the dissension there'd been between them in recent months. And the result was a brilliant main event between two of the greatest tag teams on the planet. But unfortunately for the challengers, Lycos Gym could not make history repeat itself. This time, the force of will of the Young Guns too much. Ethan Allen and Luke Jacobs securing the win, and their 10-month reign as the undisputed British Tag Team Champions rolls on. Unfortunately, though, for Lycos Gym, the dissension appeared to return after the match. Lycos and Lycos 2 arguing in the middle of the ring, which brought out Liam Slater. Slater, of course, has been stirring the pot between the two members of Lycos Gym repeatedly in recent months, but on this occasion appeared to be trying to play peacemaker. Kid Lycos 2 stormed off, and Liam Slater offered a handshake to Kid Lycos, who very recently had been a rival of his. Slater and Kid Lycos walking out together in an intriguing ending to a fascinating night in Sheffield. But as we know, there is no respite here in Revolution Pro Wrestling. We just keep on going. We will be live in Coventry at the HMV Empire this coming Sunday, January 18th. And we already know Joe Lando will defend the undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship against Will Caven on that show. It promises to be another unforgettable evening, this time in the West Midlands. We hope we will see you there on Sunday. In the meantime, I've been Dave Bradshaw, and this has been your RevPro Recap.